Hello and welcome once again to another one of Mr. Marcus's math video tutorials. In this tutorial we'll be tackling graphing linear equations. We're going to take an equation like the one above, y equals 2x plus 4, and we're actually going to graph the line. Remember to like and subscribe, leave comments and questions. Any other questions you may have, hit me up on Pupil Path and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. So again, y equals mx plus b is our basic formula. In this case, we're first concerned with the y-intercept, or the b. This is the place on the y-axis where our line is going to cross. So the first thing we're going to look for is that number. That number in ours is positive 4. So we're going to make our first mark at positive 4 on the y-axis. From there, we're going to think about what the slope is. The slope is m. In this case, the slope equals 2. Now we need to turn this into a ratio. So, as you can remember from earlier grades, put a 1 under it, and 2 becomes 2 over 1. Now we need to use rise over run. In the case of 2 over 1, the rise is going to be going up 2 from the first point, as you can see by the green line, and then the run is going to be going over 1 to the right. Your first move is always up or down, but the second move must be to the right. Now I've done it in purple once again from that point, and then from the last point in red, I've done it another time. And my final result is the graph of the line y equals 2x plus 4. This next equation seems to have a negative slope, so that means the line will be going down. But of course, I'm going to start with the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point on the y-axis where our line crosses. Some people call it crossy-crossy. Here it's negative 4. Once we make that point on negative 4, we're now concerned with the slope. The slope is negative 3. This easily can be turned into negative 3 over 1. So from there I go down 3 from our first point and then over 1 to the right, because our first move is up or down, but our second move is always to the right. From there, I'm going to do the same thing again in red, down 3, over 1. And then, as Dozy likes to say, chicken. I draw a line, and I'm done. Next example has a fraction for the coefficient or the slope. This actually makes life a little easier, but of course we're starting with the y-intercept. The y-intercept is negative 1. So the first thing we do is we plot negative 1 on the y-axis. From there, we're now concerned with the slope. The slope is 3/4 or 3 over 4, and slope is rise over run. So that's going to mean up 3 over 4, and I do that for my first point. Then again, from the next point I made, up 3 over 4. Then I can draw a line connecting all of the points. Make sure to use a straight edge when drawing a line. If you guys are using some sort of computerized program like Microsoft Paint, make sure you use a line function. Remember, never try to draw a line freehand.